Fun Facts presents the 1954 Mercedes-Benz Gullwing 300sl. This is a 50s classic car. It was introduced back in 1954, had a production run through 1957. So we're showcasing a lot of the cars from 54 through 57. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. And let's get started now. The Mercedes-Benz 300 Gullwing SL is a two-seat sports car which was produced by Mercedes-Benz as a Gullwing coupe 54 through 57 and a roadster from 57 to 63. It was based on the company's 1952 racer, the W194, with mechanical direct fuel injection, which boasted power almost 50% in its 3-liter overhead camshaft straight 6 engine, capable of reaching a top speed of up to 263 kilometers per hour, which is 163 miles per hour. It was a sports car racing champion and the fastest production car of its time. Max Hoffman, Mercedes-Benz United States importer at that time, inspired the 300sl and saw an American market for such a car. The company introduced the 300sl in February 1954 at the International Motorsports Show in New York City to get it to the U.S. buyers' hands sooner. SL in short form for super light, in German superleicht. Mercedes' first use of the designation referring to the car's racing-bred light tubular frame construction. The 300sl was voted the sports car of the century in 1999. Origin of the W194 racing car. The 300sl traces its origin back to a racing sports car, the Mercedes-Benz W194. Daimler-Benz decided to race in 1951 and built a sports car for this purpose. Mercedes' largest engine was developed, the M186, and shared by the 300 Adenauer Salon, the W186, and the luxury 300s two-seat tourer, the W188. Racing successes in 1952 were somewhat surprising. Was the W194 engine was fitted with only carburetors producing 175 horsepower, less than competing cars by Ferrari and Jaguar and the 300sl road car introduced in 1954. Low weight, low aerodynamic drag made the W194 fast enough to be competitive in endurance races. Mercedes-Benz developed a new version for the 1953 racing season by adding fuel injection and 16-inch wheels. The gearbox was installed on its rear axle. Its body was made of electron, a magnesium alloy, which reduced its weight by 85 kilograms, 187 pounds. Whoa! Mercedes-Benz decided not to race this Ally car, choosing instead to begin participating in Formula One in 1954. Later versions revised the body to lower air resistance and did not continue the transmission arrangement. The origin of the 300sl. Mass production of the 300sl was not initially planned. The idea of a toned-down Grand Prix car for affluent performance enthusiasts in the booming post-war American market was suggested by Max Hoffman at a 1953 directors meeting in Stuttgart. Mercedes' new general director Fritz Knecke agreed to Hoffman's order for 1,000 cars. The 300SL was introduced at the 1954 New York International Auto Show in February instead of the Frankfurt or Geneva shows, where company models usually debuted. Production of a smaller roadster, the Mercedes-Benz 190sl, was announced after Hoffman ordered another 1,000 of the roadsters. The 300SL and the 190SL premiered at the 1954 New York show. Mercedes-Benz experienced a positive visitor response to both, and production began at the Sindelfingen plant in August of that year. The cost? Well, the price for the 300SL coupe in Germany was a DM 29,000 or 6,820 in the US. That DM is Deutschmark, I take it. The Roadster was Deutschmark 32,500 in Germany, and that would be 10,950 in the US. 10% more expensive than the coupe in Europe, and over 70% more in the US. Whoa. The SL abbreviation. Mercedes-Benz did not announce what the abbreviation SL meant when the car was introduced. Magazines and companies officially called it the Sports Leach. Superlight. It was called Sportlight on the company website until 2017, when SL was changed to Superlight after a chance finding it in the corporate archives. 300 SLS, a special 300 SLS, a super light special version of the 300 SL Roadster, was created for the Mercedes-Benz US racing team to compete on the Sports Car Club of America national circuit in 1957. After the 300 SL Coupe dominated the D production class en route to titles in the 1955 and 1956, the rules were changed to make the class more competitive by enlarging the maximum engine size from 3 to 3.5 liters. Rather than radically modifying its engine size, the Mercedes-Benz created two modified roadsters to campaign on the D-modified class SCAA circuit. They featured a solid cover over the passenger seat, a low-profile racing screen in full place of the full width and the height windscreen in a driver's seat roll bar, a custom cowl with engine air tank, and no front and rear bumpers. These and other modifications lowered the vehicle weight from 1,400 kilograms to 1,000 kilograms. Engine output was increased by 20 horsepower to 235. Team driver Paul O'Shea again won the title for the company. The overview. The 300SL has a tubular frame on a steel chassis with a steel body attached to the frame. To reduce weight, its bonnet, doors, dashboard, and boot lid are aluminum. An additional 80 kilograms could be eliminated with an expensive all-aluminum body, but only 29 were made. Depending on the rear axle ratio, fuel consumption was 17 liters per 100 kilometers, or 14 miles per US gallon. The interior. 3 checkered patterned seat fabrics were standard: gray and green, gray and blue, and cream and red. Most customers opted for the leather upholstery which became standard on the Roadster. With upward opening doors, the coupe has an unusually high sill. Entering and exiting the car is problematic. To facilitate entry, the steering wheel pivots on its 90 degrees away from the dashboard. Storage space for luggage is behind the seats in the coupe. The boot only holds a spare wheel and fuel tank. The Roadster was available with 2 custom-fitted leather suitcases for a larger boot. The coupe's windows are fixed and rolled down in the Roadster. Okay, well, if you found yourself this far into the video, we'd certainly like to thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch our video. And if you like our video, please give us a thumbs up, because it really does help our channel. If you like our channel, please subscribe, because we'll be doing all the cars, sports cars from the 50s, the modified cars in the 60s, the muscle cars, the sports cars, the hybrid cars, the supercars. We'll be doing autoramas, we'll be doing hot rods, so a little bit of everything for everybody. And we hope to see you when we upload our next video. Thank you for taking the time out of your day. And always, always, always take good care.